comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money,
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
In 3, 2, 1, and I should stop saying 3, 2, 1. So the new schedule for the podcast is every Tuesday or Wednesday because I've never, or maybe once or twice, have I gotten them out on a Sunday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, one of those days. Today's Wednesday, so I'm recording it today, but I spent a third of my day seeing Endgame for a third time. So that's what I did today. That's all I've done today, other than edit Amazing Spider-Man 2 Epic Review. But welcome back to the podcast, everybody. This episode's later than usual. I would have recorded it on Sunday, but the reason why I didn't was because when I was researching what I should talk about, I could barely find anything. I guess I was thinking maybe talk about the Godzilla King of the Monsters future, like talk about Kong versus Godzilla, which I think I might do in the future, but I'm still not sure about that because I don't think there's even much to talk about there. I guess I was already thinking, hey, great, the Onward trailer came out, and I watched the trailer and I thought that's good for the podcast, not a full video on its own. So I'm going to talk about, but I am going to talk about Onward today. Dark Crystal trailer came out. I guess I'll talk about that, and then I was already planning on talking about the Dawn Wall. So this is going to be probably the briefest, shortest episode yet because I don't really have much to talk about today. But I am going to talk about, Onward is so we're first going to talk about the Dark Crystal, then we're going to talk about Onward, then we're going to talk about the Dawn Wall. So that's all we're doing today. So yeah, let's jump right in to the episode. Okay, so the trailer for Netflix's The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance has hit the internet. There's also a Rambo trailer that came out, and I saw it. It looks pretty crappy. Honestly, who cares about Rambo? But I feel like I'm not going to talk about that because it feels like the same thing with Terminator, where it's like another 80s franchise that should just, be done. Just be done. But I guess this is the last Rambo, so we're never going to have to hear about another Rambo movie, which is exciting. But their Dark Crystal trailer came out, which when I saw that, I thought, ooh, that's cool because Dark Crystal's been a very requested sequel for a long time. And for me, the original Dark Crystal, I think it's fine. I don't think it's a classic. I haven't seen it. I've only seen it once, and it was a while ago, but I think it's particularly fine. I think it's amazing visually. Story-wise, it's kind of weak, so that's my main thing with it. But I'm very confused as to what. Didn't the Skeksis combine with the other creatures at the ends of the Dark Crystal? Why are they in this one? But I'm very interested by Age of Resistance. It didn't really give us any plot, so this is a teaser. But the thing about this is that it's I really respect it. I insanely respect this idea because puppeteering is such a rare thing to find in cinema these days. You never find shows or movies that are about puppeteering. It's very rare, and I'm happy that when making this, they could have just gone full-on CGI, but they're actually taking today's technology and editing and prop design and whatnot and combining it with the puppets from the original. I think that they mastered all the designs. This looks like a very loyal thing to the original Dark Crystal. The thing is that this world isn't the most interesting world I've ever been invested in. It's a cool world, but it's like another fantasy world. There's so many fantasy worlds. There's really only of these mythology style ones. Lord of the Rings is the only one I'm really interested in the mythology of that world. Wow, Dark Crystal, I don't know about it. It's fine, I guess. I don't know if this is a sequel. Is it a reboot? I'm not actually sure about the origins of this, but I hope that they seem like they're keeping the same designs of the Skeksis to be good. So I feel very respectful of this, honestly. That's really what to say. It feels like a trailer or just an idea that I'm hey, that looks like a smart, cool idea to make a sequel to the Dark Crystal, to expand on this world, because it seems like the Dark Crystal kind of made a bounce back and is more successful. How much did that movie make? I don't think it made much because back in that day, the movies didn't make all that much money. We'll see. Let's see. The Dark Crystal. Okay, so the Dark I always spell crystal wrong. Why does that always happen? There. This is kind of awkward, probably. Snow Girl in the Dark Crystal. I guess that was a little short. Oh no, it isn't. It's some. No, it isn't. There's something called Snow Girl and the Dark Crystal, and it looks like it's probably some Indian movie or something. It doesn't look American. The Dark Crystal from I don't know what year exactly. 82. Okay, so yeah, decent box office. Yeah, well, I can tell back in the day drops were not like a thing, like it used to be. Like nowadays, it's like 50% drop. This movie drops 27%, and then gets a 60+%. So it doesn't look like that's the case. Like if we were talking about a 50% drop for this movie, it didn't start making half of the money until the end of January when it came out at the beginning of December. The point is that this movie actually did well, or it looks like it did fine. Maybe not for its budget though. The point is that I don't know exactly how the box office was for the Dark. Like I don't know exactly if that's a hit or not. I don't. Well, the production budget. I'll look at that as well. Jeez, gonna have to do all this freaking research. Okay, and I have to do it on mic. The Dark Crystal. Let's see. The Arc Crystal. No. This is probably really awkward. The Dark Crystal. Wikipedia. Okay. Budget 15 million. So it looks like 25 million. Okay, actually no, it's not 15. It's 25 million. Yeah, maybe they didn't beat that budget. I don't know. The point is that it looks like it was a movie that was supposed to set up this universe, and it didn't really do that. But it's just it still is a fine movie by me. I think the idea of the idea of expanding this universe is cool. I think it sounds like a cool premise. I guess it's probably one of my more anticipated shows of the year. I want to watch Chernobyl. If I do, I'll review it, but I'm not sure if I'll actually get to watch Chernobyl, considering the fact that I've heard like it's super disturbing, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe I don't really want to be super disturbed. Whether that's the realistic, whether that's actually what happened in Chernobyl, I don't exactly care to be disturbed. But who knows? If I do see it, I will review it. But it's like a 6-episode miniseries or something, and they're like an hour or so long each. So who knows? The point is that I got kind of off track there. Where was I? I'm doing bad today. This is a bad podcast, everybody. The point is that it's probably one of my most anticipated shows of the summer. Obviously my most anticipated is Stranger Things, because freaking Stranger Things. But as a whole, interesting sequel idea. So I'm alright with it. I think the original's decent. So we will see how a sequel works. Maybe it'll be. Or we'll see a sequel show. We'll see if it's terrible. We'll see if it's good. I assume it'll be good. So yeah, that'll probably be pretty. It'll probably be good. At least I'll enjoy it visually, because I enjoy the original because of its visuals, and its visuals only. The story's just eh. But as long as the visuals are good, I'll be fine with this. And as long as the story doesn't suck, I'll be fine with it. So it looks like Pixar released their newest trailer to the newest film after Toy Story 4, which you'd assume they'd release the trailer not at the end of May, you'd assume they release it right like before Toy Story 4. But Toy Story 4 comes out in a couple weeks, and Onward trailer for the March movie, which very early trailer. We never see trailers 9 to 10 months before the film's released. Usually the first teaser trailer I've experienced comes out 7 to 8 months before the movie. Sometimes it's 6 months, but this movie is like, no, we're going 9 months before. I guess you could also say 10 months, but I'm interested. I like the director because he directed Monsters University, which isn't particularly the greatest Pixar film, but I still like it. I think it's a very underrated film. But the Onward, like, this looks like it looks beautiful in its visuals. It does look like it breaks the Pixar theory, though, but I don't really care, because Pixar theory isn't really a relevant idea anymore. Like, some people will say it is, but no, it isn't. It looks like, I was actually going to check if it did have a budget. Yeah, it doesn't, so it comes out in March. Cool. What has this guy directed? Director, Monsters University. That's it. That's all he's directed, or at least in the realm of Pixar. Yeah, in the realm of movies. But eek, he's had a lot of really bad other areas he's been in. Like, he's been on Cars, which I like. He's been on Tarzan 2, he's on wait, hold up. He's on a Wait, he's a storyboard artist and part of the animation department for 6 Disney sequels. Like, you know those horrible Disney sequels? He's part of Pocahontas 2, Little Mermaid 2. Wait, what? Wait a minute. No, not 6, 5. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Why does The Little Mermaid 2 come up twice? Like, that's weird. Whatever. Go to, if you guys want to look at this, just go to Dan Scallon's Wikipedia article. It's really weird. Whatever. He's on a lot of the Disney sequels, and then he got Monsters University, which arguably he did really good on. It did gross a lot of money though, so I think it's considered a success. But as a whole, I'm looking forward to this Onward. I hear that the new director of Pixar's like, what the heck? Why are we getting Incredibles 2? Toy Story, I mean, Incredibles 2 is enjoyable enough, but why are we getting sequels like Finding Dory? Incredibles 2? That Toy Story 4 is literally my breaking point of Pixar. Like, I've been a fan of them my entire life. Like, ever since I was born, I've been like, not that, but like, ever since I was like 2 years old, I've been watching all the movies, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Pixar's the best. I remember always waiting to when the movies would go immediately to DVD. We would buy them, the family would buy them, and we'd watch it to find out what the next Pixar movie would be, because we'd see a trailer for it. It was like a huge thing for me. I've always loved these Pixar movies, and it's like, as of recently, I've kind of not been as into them, because it's Incredibles 2, very enjoyable, very insignificant at the same time. Like, it's an enjoyable, really well-made movie, and I like it a lot, but the problem is that movie is nowhere near as smart or as creative as the original. And then films like, and then Toy Story 4, which I don't even know what to think. Like I'm not like offended by the idea of it, but I'm really not happy that's a thing. It totally just makes me mad. Like, June doesn't even have any releases I'm excited for. Dark Phoenix is at a freaking 20. What's it at now? It was at 21 with almost 100 reviews earlier. Let's see, where's it at now? Yep, 21. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, Dark Phoenix is bad. Well, I'll review it tomorrow night. The point is that I think that so June doesn't even look all that good to me in movies. Like, Men in Black's next week. It'll be fine, I guess. Toy Story 4 is next week, and it'll probably be the best of the guys, because I'll enjoy the characters and I'll enjoy them interacting. But honestly, I didn't ask for who asked for Toy Story 4? Like, I've heard some people say, no, it's like Toy Story 3 is the end of a chapter of Toy Story. And I'm here thinking, no, it was the end of Toy Story. Like, it's the perfect conclusion. And honestly, from the trailers, this just looks like Toy Story 2 again. So now I'm ranting on Toy Story 4. But the point is I'm not even looking forward to Toy Story 4 all that much. Unfortunately, this is the least I've ever looked forward to a Pixar movie, but whatever. And the trailers haven't even been all that great to me, but Onward looks good. It looks like it has an interesting world. It has good cast. We don't even have like any plot details other than it's about two brothers going on an adventure or journey. That's all I know, but I remember my sister texting me asking, hey, what'd you think of the Onward trailer? And I said, looks better than Toy Story 4. I'm still just whatever. It'll probably be good. I don't think Onward will be great. I mean, it could be. I don't think it'll be 9. It could be 9 out of 10, because I thought the same on Coco. I feel the same about Coco, this movie, and The Good Dinosaur, where it's like, okay, that looks interesting. Not like hyped out of the roof for it, but that looks interesting. Maybe even Inside Out if you want to throw that in. But the new originals, Pixar infamously has bad trailers. Like, they don't have very hyping trailers. And that just shows with this trailer. But I still enjoyed the trailer. I'm still excited to see what they do with this world, with all these ideas. It looks like, what if Trolls was smart, well animated, and just good? Because that's a very mediocre film. Films don't get more mediocre than Trolls. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see what Pixar does. I'm excited to see their amazing animation and their creative writing. And they're just good, packed into a movie. Not expecting anything amazing, but as long as this new Pixar of them making originals they can probably prove to me that, hey, guess what, M.T.S. the Shark, even though we're not making like these new even though we're not making hey, M.T.S. the Shark, even though our trailers aren't even that good, and you probably look at the trailers for sequels and you think I'm more excited for that because the Incredibles 2 is the most anticipated Pixar film of all time for me. I hope that they prove to me that when I see a trailer for one of these original films, I should think, yeah, that's gonna be good, and I think this will be good. I just don't think it'll be, one of their best, because I feel like they're kind of incapable. Like, Inside Out is the last movie they've made that I think is one of their best. Like, let's see, what after Inside Out? Yeah, Good Dinosaur wasn't very great. Cars 3. Actually, no, that's that next. No, it's Finding Dory. It was good. It was fine. It was enjoyable. There was Cars 3, which is eh. And then there was Coco, which is great. Not one of their best, but it's great. Anyway, it's probably in my top 10. And then there's Incredibles 2, which was good. So, as a whole, they're not making bad movies right at this point. Like, they only have one film I think is bad. Maybe two. But the point is that I'm excited to see what they'll do. I'm excited. I'll enjoy it. I'll most likely enjoy it because I enjoy these actors. And I will enjoy their camaraderie, most likely. I'll enjoy the animation. So I'll probably like this film either way. But this week's film is a film not many of you have probably heard of. It's on Netflix right now, I think. Yeah, I think it is on Netflix. If not, it's on Prime, but I think it's on Netflix. And essentially, it's a film called The Dawn Wall. It came out like 3 weeks before Free Solo. Free Solo stole all of its thunder. Even though I wouldn't say Dawn Wall is, like, it's similar. Dawn Wall's the same idea where it's about a guy climbing El Capitan, but this one's it's not a life or death situation like Free Solo, where this one's more like not a life or death situation. It's more like a like they want to climb this mountain, and it's about the camaraderie of these two, and it's a documentary. It's a very documentary film, and I watched it because my dad is a gigantic climbing fan, and I like climbing too. And I really like Free Solo. I saw the movie back when it was in theaters. I didn't end up reviewing it because I watched it and I thought, it's not really a film as much as it is almost a gigantic informational YouTube video. Like, imagine if I took one of those, like, documentary videos, like, what happened at this event or whatever, and reviewed it and gave it, like, a out of 10 rating. So I don't think Free Solo has, like, story and characters and anything like that. But later I've grown to be able to review that film. I gave that one a 9. I gave it a... I don't know if I gave it a 9 or 10 on Letterbox. I'll check. I think I gave it a 9, maybe 10. Wait. If you guys don't follow me on Letterbox, make sure to do, because I post reviews on there early, so you don't have to wait for my review. You can see my out of 10 rating, and you can see my ranking of every movie this year, which I've been developing over the last little while. It's on my best of 2018 list. Both of these movies are. Where the frick is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So, Free Solo's number 7. I think I rated it. Where is it? I rated it 5 stars. Okay, yeah, I love Free Solo. I think that's a great, really, really, really intense and well-made film. I like Dawn Wall more. This Dawn Wall is a great, great climbing film. There are not many documentaries I like as much as this film. This feels like last year, my top 10 best movies of 2018 now consists of almost half of it being documentaries. Like, that 2018 blew it out of the park with documentaries. Only one of the 4 I saw got nominated for best documentary, which is just crappy. I understand why Dawn Wall didn't get nominated, because it was very unpopular, made a couple $1,000, and also Free Solo was already nominated. I understand why. I don't actually understand why 3 Identical wasn't nominated. That one should have been nominated. And Why Won't You Be My Neighbor wasn't nominated? Completely beyond me. That is the stupidest snub ever. Like, seriously, even though Inception didn't get nominated for Best Picture or something like that, no. No. Seriously. Won't You Be My Neighbor deserves that nomination. But whatever, that's just me complaining. I think that Dawn Wall, while Free Solo is very intense and a very well-made film, Dawn Wall is a lot more of an impactful and inspiring film. But these two guys climbing a mountain, that's basically what it is. It's a documentary about 2 guys climbing a freaking mountain. and it is very, very enjoyable and very inspiring, and it's just really good to me. I thought it was not only enjoyable, but it was also like it gave you like a feeling of what the people were feeling on the mountain. I feel like this film's kind of hard to review, honestly, but I wanted to really give attention to this film because nobody has seen this movie, and it hurts because it's so good. I recommend all of you that have Netflix, go watch The Dawn Wall. It's an incredibly good documentary. No, most documentaries are, I don't even see that many amazing, I don't really watch that many documentaries, but this film feels a lot like Free Solo, where there's not as much character, but Free Solo is a lot less like that. Like, this movie has a lot more character to it. I don't know, for what I can tell, I like Tommy Caldwell more than boy from Free Solo. God dang it, why did I forget his name? Frick. Wait, is there a cast on here on Letterbox? Seriously, why is there no cast on Letterbox? Cast, okay. Alex Honnold. So Alex Honnold. Tommy Caldwell. Oh, Tommy Caldwell is in this. Oh yeah, Tommy Caldwell is actually in this. And it's also, the Dawn Wall's also not just about the climb of the Dawn Wall, where they're climbing the mountain and they're taking breaks and setting up tents on the side of the wall. It's more or less about, it also is about his life, how he got kidnapped in Kazakhstan, and my friend got a book about this whole event, and he likes really in depth about his event in Kazakhstan, which is very interesting to watch. Wait, TMDB. Wait, what the frick is TMDB? Is that like the... Oh, okay, the movie DB. So IMDb? Like, is this just an IMDb thing? Whatever. I think that... Well, what does Dawn Wall have in Rotten Tomatoes? I remember it being super high. Oh, come on, seriously. Dawn Wall, 100%. Told ya, with like 15 reviews, 95% audience score. Solid. That's really good. The point is that this is a film that really does... It really is just intense and exciting. Like, it's not like... It's intense and exciting, and on top of that, it's just inspirational. It's less like Free Solo and Other Boy, or just Free Solo, maybe even Meru, but this is by the same people who made Meru, or Free Solo is by the same people, whatever. This is a film that was not, it wasn't like intense per se, it's just more like you really want these two to get up the mountain, and it just feels more inspiring than Free Solo. Free Solo might be better, Dawn Wall is more impactful. I like Dawn Wall more because I think it's more impactful. This is in my 5 best movies of 2018. I think this is a very inspiring, very well made, very good documentary. If you should go check it out. Everybody should go check out The Dawn Wall. It's a great documentary that is just inspiring. There's my word for it. Inspiring. As a whole, I love this crap out of this movie. And you like the main person. Yeah, I liked him more than I liked Alex Honnold, who I did like. He's funny. But I like Tommy Caldwell more. I think, and he even loses his freaking finger. And he climbs the Dawn Wall without a finger still. So, you obviously can't compare. I'd recommend you guys all watch this movie. It's very enjoyable. It's a very good climbing documentary that I really, really enjoyed. Like, it's a great movie. So, yeah, Dawn Wall's great. My out of 10 rating, probably 10. I'll go 10. I don't have any problems with it. But I don't think it's, like, one of my favorite movies. Like, Won't You Be My Neighbor is a phenomenal movie. I like it actually a lot more than Dawn Wall. But Won't You Be My Neighbor will never be in my favorite movies because the film is just so different than other films and it's kind of hard to review it. But as a whole, this movie was great. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, 10 out of 10 for The Dawn Wall. But I'm going to start reading through the comments of the last podcast. There are a few comments, so this will not take very long. But let me arrive at the comment section. Let's see. I need to get to the comments. I remember looking last week and I was kind of disappointed because barely anybody commented. But this last week, yep, here it is. Alright. First comment is from Ethan Parker, which I pinned this comment because I do that to hate comments or whatever you want to consider this a hate comment. I don't care. Here Comes the Money is really annoying. I don't really care. Like, think what you want. I don't care. Then, of course, Christian Pastrup, the creator of Critics, which is the movie I reviewed, he commented saying he was talking about when we could hear when I said I could hear when the camera was rolling closer to the shot, I could hear somebody say, "Move closer." I know. So I'll read it. That was my fault. I was the one shooting behind the camera, and someone realized they were too far. We quickly realized the problem, but my co-director Braden suggested the idea that where after Jim leaves, we could do an inside joke that the actual film's quality begins to fall apart. In the scene after, we learned a bit more, with Steve and Olivia seeming a bit out of character, but mainly as a sort of a way to helpfully get past the unexpected bloopers. As for the audio, we did use a phone as a boom mic, which I actually noticed when I was watching it. I noticed a phone kind of go down as a boom mic, but I didn't know if it was a boom mic or not. But that scene was just normal recording on my phone, so that's probably where the audio was screwy. The original cut was surprisingly much worse. Oh, okay. I don't cut my movies, so like the new Night Owl is 20 minutes, and it's not completely uncut. It's everything I recorded, and I almost thought of releasing a like cut out some of the more useless stuff and the things that weren't like as important to the story, and make something that would just be a director's cut. But I'm deciding not to do that. But who knows? We'll see what happens. But great review though. Thank you. Loved hearing both positive and negative feedback. This is the type of when a creator of a movie, if I ever review a movie, creator of the movie never watches it, but I did know that the creator of the movie of Critics was actually gonna listen to the podcast, and I'm happy that you can take criticism well. A lot of critics would be like, "No, you can't like my movie. Your criticism is stupid," or they get offended by it. But I'm happy that you liked hearing both positive and negative feedback, because I wanted to give criticism to the film, but I wanted to give positives to the film. And as a whole, I liked that movie. So yeah, continue making movies. You are doing great. Man with the Arrow of the Man with the Red Eyes, I think. June 21st. I will podcast that boy. So yeah, but what do you guys comment below, comment whatever you think. I will read the comments next time. So yeah, next week we'll review Avatar. So yeah, keep listening to the podcast. Bye.